Your business is your American dream, but today opening your doors comes with tough questions. Will customers walk in? Can I stock the shelves with what they need? Can I afford salaries? And how do I compete with the big box store down the road? That is exactly why we created Community Pay It Forward. Because in hard times, we need stronger communities led by people with bigger hearts. Our Shop, Click, and Pick program makes it simple. Every purchase at a participating small business supports a cause you care about. You shop, others thrive. Even when money is tight, you can still make a huge difference. You're not just shopping, you're supporting families, nonprofits, and your neighbors. That's the power of community. That's the power of the Community Pay It Forward family. When you join the Community Pay It Forward family, you will be seen, you will be remembered, and you will be a hero for people in need everywhere. You, your business, and Community Pay It Forward. Because no one needs to go it alone. When we all
Hi, I'm Dr. Philip Agrios, self-sabotage specialist, business consultant, international speaker, and best-selling author. I started my business because life gave me more than a few wake-up calls. I lost my father to brain cancer. I became the sole caretaker for my mother for 7 years until she passed. I went through a painful divorce, faced financial collapse a few times, battled a chronic illness that forced me to shut down my successful healthcare center along with so many other traumatic events. One of the most heartbreaking moments of my life was when one of my daughters nearly took her own life. Now, through those deeply painful experiences, I made a life-changing discovery. I uncovered a biological trait that every human is born with, one that causes us to unconsciously sabotage our own success. But I also discovered a way to switch it off instantly. And that realization became my mission, to help others stop sabotaging themselves and reclaim their power. So I help business owners, executives, sales professionals, and everyday individuals who feel stuck in order for them to break free from self-sabotage using my signature method, the T Now method. It empowers people to overcome the hidden patterns that block their success, whether it's in business, relationships, health, and personal growth, and guides them to take back control of their own lives. Now, we have helped many PTSD veterans neutralize many of their episodes to start living more productive lives, professionally and personally. My mission is to impact over 5 million lives by 2030. I'm building a global movement through my membership community, group coaching programs, speaking engagements, and corporate partnerships. So the goal is really simple. It's to help people realize they don't need to be fixed. They need to just understand the biology behind their self-sabotage and how to transcend it immediately. I pay it forward by sharing what I've learned through my own journey, from the darkest moments to the breakthroughs. Now, whether it's through free trainings, genuine conversations, or empowering someone to rise when they feel stuck, I believe every small act creates a ripple. If we each just take one step to lift someone else today, we shape a better, more connected tomorrow. So I just want to thank you for being a part of the Global Pay It Forward Day, and together we truly can do anything. Thanks.
Great Monday morning to you. Welcome to Footprints Forward. My name is Zak Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. I'm very, very proud to introduce you today to Dr. Phil Agrios, who you just saw a little, his Global Pay It Forward Day uh, segment. We just shared that. I actually meant to share that a little bit later once I was done talking about him, kind of introducing him. I meant to play his other spot, but I didn't do that. So sorry. I brought the dumb Zach to work today. So I really hope everyone's doing good. I really hope that everyone out there is trying very hard to get to know people and be able to try to help people. I would really appreciate it if anybody's got an idea that they would like to share, they would join us on one of our shows. You can join us on one of our shows by scanning the QR code in the corner. Be a guest on Pact. Whether it's one of Alan's shows, one of my shows, and we've got a couple more shows that are going to be coming up right here on Pact channels because we want to make a difference. Look, this is something that I want to make sure that we're able to tell people stories. With the new app coming out, we've got a lot of location for a lot of people. So, a lot of positions for a lot of people, and we're looking to help. So, if you would like to join us on Pack Channel, come on, tell us your story, whatever you want to do. Just scan the QR code and join us. So, we would also appreciate any support for the channel. You can do that by this QR code. Very simple. Just give us a channel. We'll give you a shout out and we'll put you on the little intro that you saw for helping us out because we need the help. We need to continue to grow. So, and we cannot do it without you. So, any help would be great. Um, I don't have a lot so far today to talk about as far as my spiels go, except for this. If you know somebody who is struggling with something medical wise, and let me explain why I'm saying this. Due to insurance and all the other stuff, I've lost one of my head medications, and it's making life difficult. If it wasn't for the good friends, if it wasn't for my beautiful wife, if it wasn't for, the kids, life would be pretty difficult right now. So, if you know somebody who is struggling, it's okay to walk up to them and let them know that you care. Let them know, finding out if there's something that you can do to help them. Again, this is just something that and I'm not asking you to come up and help me. I'm asking this because I would like to see us be able to reach out to more people who are going through these difficult things. Okay. The insurance took away my Qulipta, which was my everyday med for my headaches. So I'm going through a transition, and it's not been a lot of fun. So um, we're working on trying to get a couple new things. I'm going to be going in getting another nerves procedure here pretty soon. I'm pretty excited about that. Uh, they hurt like hell, but I like them when they're done. So when they're finished, it doesn't, the pain goes away a little bit. But Dr. Phil Agrios is a doctor of a different kind. He is a former chiropractor, as he's going to mention to you, and he's really come up with a trend. You know, it's a formula to make sure that you are taking care of yourself and you're not bringing too much on yourself. So Doc's been a partner since late last year, and his program is so good when it comes to somebody who they feel like they've given everything and they're not giving people what they need. Okay. Say you work your ass off and then you want to, then you feel guilty because you're not giving stuff to your kids. This is a good program for you, and it's very affordable. There's a very affordable rate. And once again, Dr. Phil is a community pay it forward giving partner. So that means anytime that you utilize their services, he will donate to somebody that you care about. In the end of this video, we're going to play another short little video that talks about how he can become part of your company, uh, your company's benefit package, to where he can take and talk to your employees about how to take in and navigate around some of the difficulties they may have, how they can take and try to separate a little bit of that work home structure. Look, that leave work at work, leave home at home, that's BS. That is such BS. You cannot do that. Some people are a little bit better at it, but let's be honest. You know what? If you're in a fight with somebody at home, it's going to affect you. I don't give a shite where you're at. It's going to affect you. It's going to affect you if you're out having a beer. It's going to affect you at work. Okay? It's going to affect you at church. It's going to affect you. Dr. Phil can take and help your employees navigate through that a little bit better. So, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get to meet Dr. Phil here. And this month's episode, we do an interview with him about every 3.5, 4 months. So this is the June episode of Getting to Know and Getting to Work with You and Transcending with T Now. Does this sound like your life? Scattered, jumping between tasks but never finishing. Saying yes when you want to say no. Avoiding hard conversations and holding it all in. It's time to stop overcomplicating life and turning it into your advantage. Experience T Now, a monthly membership designed to help parents, professionals, and dreamers like you conquer self-sabotage and thrive. Save your spot today. Get early access, a special gift, and start transforming your life. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. It is time that we check back with Dr. Phil. Doc, how you doing, my friend?
Great, Zach. Thanks so much for having me. Doing well, thank God. How about you?
Oh, doing pretty good, pretty good. Like we've got a lot of things upcoming. Um, Going through a little bit of a growth spurt, which is always good, and getting the message out there a little bit more. So that's always good. You're going through some changes yourself.
Yes. Right now, well, one of the things I love to share with you, we had about a couple of months ago a veteran with 12 tours, a high-end CEO that has his own business. And while they were going through the program, this is our group coaching course. Within the third week, he was able to go out dancing with his wife for the first time. So a lot of people can't understand that except for a veteran, right? Or somebody who has PTSD. And one of the things we were able to kind of help him to understand, which was an epiphany for him, was that I basically said that you're using the PTSD, those 3 letters, those 4 letters, as a crutch. That all the PTSD is the saboteur, your protective sequence protecting you. And when you use what we call that T now method on a conscious level, you can start shifting that and understanding it. And he just went, wow, I didn't realize I was doing that. And he started to implement these things a little quicker and realized that depending on what he had to do specifically for his sequence, he was able to make this shift, not only for his going out with his wife, but also for his business, where things were some delays were happening, but where he would be freaking out and going into some different things that he would usually do. He just kind of was able to adapt to it by using the T-now method and guide him to a point where he wasn't in that high level reaction, but he was able to lead himself to where he needed to be, as well as his team. And now opportunities are coming really well, and his business is skyrocketing. So, just want to at least give you that um, story from one of our clients who is a veteran.
That's really fantastic. Let me ask you this. Like you said, it seems like a small thing to us that this gentleman was able to go dancing with his wife. Are people skeptical and are people holding back coming to you because they're embarrassed of the situation? Look, I can't do this, but I don't want nobody else to know that I can't do this because I'm being held back by this. Are there
Well,
situations that people are allowing their own uh, fears and thoughts from allowing them to push forward?
yes, there's no doubt. When we're dealing with people that are coming into our group coaching course, now with our membership, it's just between them and, they take a course and then I show up once a month to help them through it. But when people are come into our program, they're vetted, number one. So that's why anybody going into our group, there's no judgment there because everybody now understands their sequence. And once you understand your sequence and somebody else's, you have compassion for them instead of having a um, uh, a judgment towards them. So with that, I tell those people that may have that concern is that first of all, vulnerability creates credibility. When you're more vulnerable, not only to people that will care about you and not judge you and are willing to help you, but most importantly, what they realize is that saboteur is the true reason why they feel that way. And once they can understand that it's just protecting them, that they're not an idiot or, I'm a fearful person and I'm very delicate in that area. It's not, it may be true, but it's all based because they're protective based on previous examples, previous experiences they've had. But they have to realize one thing is that the experience you had in the past, you are not the same person that you were back then that you are today. And the more you give information, the more you help that person to um, understand how they tick, they then become more vulnerable, which causes them to be more confident. And that vulnerability is no longer vulnerability. It's just being transparent of this is who I am, and I'm okay with it, finally.
We had uh, we had a conversation with another gentleman a couple weeks ago that was of this same thing, in this same area where we were talking about, you know, we've while we were growing up, we would always hear, you know, men don't cry or men don't have emotions or men don't do this, and how that is one of the reasons why men are so terrible at being vulnerable. What are some of the things that we need to do, Doc, to get out of our own way?
Well, to just for a more of a non-specific uh, solution. And yes, I used to be that way. I used to be that guy that I'm good and because that's how I grew up. My father, um, he was Greek. He was one of the potential victims of the Greek Holocaust. People don't know about that. That was up in my dad's village where the Germans came in and took 1,000 1,000 villagers because they were going after them because of what the guerrillas were doing to the Nazis. And they took 1,000 of them, put a perimeter of machine guns, and killed 1,000 people. My father was almost one of them. The soldier grabbed him, and my grandmother said, "No, he's 11. He's 11." And my father just happened to have shorts on that day, and the soldier believed him. And then the women and children went into the schoolhouse, and they put another perimeter of machine guns, and then uh, put the school on fire. So my father said you had a choice, be shot or burn alive. So they jumped out, but the soldiers would just laugh and they went into the woods, and later they found 1,000 men dead. So in that mentality, how I grew up is, just move on, just get through it, don't have the emotion, and do what you got to do, which worked and didn't work at many times. But through now, what I went through, some therapies, as well as what I discovered, was knowing that, okay, I'm a masculine kind of guy, but I also have feminine energy. Now, when I say feminine energy, I'm not talking about man or woman. I'm talking about feminine energy, as in you have estrogen and testosterone in your body, right? It all depends on the levels in which you have them. So when you understand the masculine is basically how I teach it and what I discovered, masculine is about outward, going through things, and you got your sword, and you're trying to find solutions and moving forward, where the feminine is sitting back, chilling, figuring it out, tapping into more wisdom and things like that. So as a man, sitting back and tapping into your wisdom or your higher power and kind of letting things happen to a point that you always don't have to always act and have that solution, is where you can start balancing out that high testosterone, masculine type of energy and that end of it. Like, for instance, I always tell, especially my married men, when they deal with their wives, when they come to you with a situation, the first questions you always ask them is, are you doing this to vent, or do you want a solution, or both?
Yeah.
When you ask that and they tell you, I need to vent, then as a masculine control kind of guy, you just need to sit, listen, and nod until they're done. And then say, are you finished? Great. Do you need me? Do you want to continue? No. Perfect. And you move on, compared to going into that solution. If they're like, I need a solution, great. Just don't give them your opinion. You then start asking questions to help them create the solution with you. That's a win-win for both of you. But some guys just want to just go and give the solution, which is fine. But if that's not what they want, and that's not the best way to go about it, and then there are times where they just want the solution, tell me, boom, and that's fine. But you got to figure out what your environment is, right?
Well, and
So,
guys, I'm pretty damn sure, and Doc, I'm not a specialist in this or anything, but it's not sit there, listen to what they have to say, and then follow it up with, "Are you done? Where's my dinner?" Okay, I'm pretty sure that's not the way to answer that
no, no.
question. And I
Hey,
really think that my wife and I need to take a look at this, because she is the one that's out there, run, 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 go, 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 go. And I'm the guy that's sitting there going, let's kind of just wait and see what happens here. So my
right.
wife and I might actually have, and I consider myself somewhat a manly guy, but I think we might have that,
Well,
our wires crossed there.
you got to look at it as being a salesperson, right? So some very successful people, when they are on the sales, whether it's on a call or in person, 90% of the people that are talking should be who? The customer, the
Yeah, the
potential
customer. Yeah.
customer. If you're talking more than 10%, you're not getting the sale, because now it's about you. It's the same thing. You're selling them on the idea of, I have a solution for you, but you need to ask questions in order to show how you can use that in the way they can perceive it. See the difference? It's the same thing, football. Do I have a blitz coming? How am I reading the defense? Right? So if you want to go on the offense and you don't know the defense, you're going to get sacked most likely. Same thing here. If you want to go on the offense and give a solution, but you don't know what your potential wife will, not your potential wife, what your wife or anybody for that instance, could be a coworker or whomever, your children. If you don't know how their defense mechanism works, then you get sacked by an argument at the end. So no one wins. So if you give them a solution, you win, but you lose at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, once again, we are being joined by Dr. Phil Agrios, who the T Now method. Can you explain to everybody real quick what is the T Now method?
So I was able to discover a biological trait that you are born with that you cannot get rid of. That is the sole reason why you stop your success, professionally as well as personally. So it doesn't, so we call it the inborn sabotaging trait, not sabotage in the way that it undermines you, but it actually protects you from the very success that you're seeking, because that success subconsciously is more painful to achieve and to sustain. So we go back doing what we're doing over and over again, even though we don't want to be there, it's still more comfortable being doing what we're doing than actually perceiving what that success may be, right? So when I first found it, I thought it was too simple, and I went out to try to disprove it. And over researching thousands and thousands of people over 30 years, not only was able to prove it, I found a way to switch it off instantly, and it works 100% of the time. So what we do is through the T Now method, we actually use the opposite reaction, the opposite action of that saboteur. And by just focusing on certain words, you can now, when you do that, it is impossible to self-sabotage yourself. So self-sabotage could be procrastination, imposter syndrome, over talking, not able to express yourself verbally because you fear a confrontation, being scattered all over the place, can't follow through, and you're just winging things, or you overly give to other people because you feel that if you don't, you're being selfish, and then you find out people take advantage of your kindness. So whatever the thousands and thousands of things that create you to being resistive, stressed, or just out of the flow. As soon as you're out of the flow, you are in protection at that moment in time, and that trait is stopping you. And then consciously, once you understand the T Now method, you can shift that pretty quickly and get past it.
Why are we so afraid of success?
It all depends on that person's saboteur. But, what it could be if that success is that. So actually, let me give you the three basic fundamental reasons why I find that people self-sabotage themselves. The first one is they had success before and they lost it. Okay. That if they ever got to that point again and lost that success, it's more painful than ever not getting it. So they never get to that point. So if you had a business and you had something, you're doing well and you lost your business, why would I start another business again and have that potentiality happen to me? Or if you had the love of your life and everything was great and they died or they left you, well, if I ever get to that point of love again and they leave again, it's too painful. So we settle, or we don't even bother dating anymore because subconsciously that's more painful. So you had success and you lost it. The second one is sidestepping um, what you need to do. So we need to get on this call and listen to me or other people, that other guests you have, to learn something. I got to go back to school. I got to read a book. I got to take a course, or whatever the case may be. You know what? There's a great new show on Netflix. I'm going to binge watch that. After I'm done, then I'll do that stuff, which is never going to happen. So sidestepping what's necessary to be successful. The third one is more success equals more pain. So I don't know if those of you who are business owners or other people, have you ever had a really great month and then the second month sucked? Why? Because that success for that month was so overwhelming. Maybe you didn't have enough employees to offset the amount of people coming in, or you weren't automated or whatever. Now you never see your family for that whole month. So you subconsciously stop doing what you're doing that you got yourself successful because more painful because you had too much success and you couldn't fulfill those orders or whatever the case may be. So those are the three basic reasons why we stop ourselves from success or fear of failure. Is because we've had success, we lost it, we sidestep what we need to do to be successful, or three, more success equals more pain.
I know that and I use one of those all of the time, and that is the procrastination. I'll tell my wife, you know what? I'll go and I'll take out the trash as soon as the this inning is over. And three or four innings later, I'm still sitting there, so I'm terrible at that. I also had to overcome one after I lost control of a nonprofit a while back. Right after my motorcycle accident, as a matter of fact, and that nonprofit was taken from me, and uh, other people had just taken control of it. And I remember sitting there, Doc, and I remember telling not just myself, I was telling anybody and everybody who would listen that it almost destroyed me from wanting to help people altogether.
Hmm.
But then I started thinking about it, and I just really started thinking to myself, hey, you know what? This just gives you an opportunity to help more people. So,
Hmm.
you know, it is really the way that you have to look at things. And I appreciate it. How do people get a hold of you to learn more?
Before I tell you that, can I
Yeah.
give you a little thing to do next time you tell your wife you're going to do that? At
Duck?
that moment, you actually not only lied to her, you lied to yourself. So you were not in integrity with your word.
Yeah.
So at that moment, you wanted to maybe please her or whatever the case may be. So before you allow that, what you communicate with her, am I really serious about this? Is it going to be one inning or is it going to be at the end of the game? And if I say this, will I stay in integrity with myself and will I stop lying to myself at that moment? It's a different thought process. Like, wow, I am lying. Again, not in a bad way. It's just that's what you're doing. You're misleading yourself. So at that moment, going, you know what? I know you want to get that done. I promise I will do that. I promise, right? Um, and then you say to yourself, it's going to be at the end of the game. I will do it by the end of the game. And then she may go back, well, you always say that. You know, you're absolutely right. And I was not in integrity with myself. So you own up to what happened in the past, right? After
Yeah.
she falls on the floor and you pick her back up, uh, you then say, so I want you to not judge me on what was in the past, but I want you to focus on what I will do now. So what you're doing is you're being vulnerable. You're being saying, you're absolutely right. You spoke truth, but I'm going to change. And then, excuse me, at that moment in time, you need to stay in integrity with yourself. Now, some of you, depending on your saboteur, set yourself an alarm because you actually may just forget.
Hmm.
So you set that sort of the alarm, or nowadays it's called the pause button. Pause the damn thing on a commercial.
Yeah.
Okay. Go up, do it because if it's that important, then do it and then come back and unpause or whatever the case may be. But I want to at least give you that
I've
insight
I've
if that
actually gotten
helps.
a hell of a lot better at it because I'll say something like that, and then the thought will just cross my mind, you know, you're gonna miss like three pitches. The season's not gonna end in three pitches. Get off your butt and go do it.
Yeah,
And
or hit the
so
pause button.
I've been doing a lot better with that.
Right.
But now during hockey season, it's, during intermission. And
Oh,
I'm pretty good at that one. But yeah, hockey season, you can lose a lot in those 3 to 4 seconds,
look, you got 15 minutes during each period. So if it
Right,
takes
right.
longer,
So
if it
yeah,
takes more than 15 minutes to take out the garbage, then that's another problem you got.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, you're not going to lose a whole lot in between three
Right,
pitches. So,
exactly.
and unless of course it's the World Series, and
Right, or yeah,
but
right,
I'm a
or the guys.
Rockies and Royals fan, so World Series isn't coming in mind. You know, so
It all's relative, right?
yep. So, Doc, how do we get a hold of you?
So they can, depending on who's listening, if there are a business owner, executive, sales professional, someone who is very high career oriented and want to go deeper into what I have and want to work with me in a group setting, they can go to tnowmasterclass.com. Excuse me, sorry, tnowmasterclass.com. And then they can go to a 12-minute video to kind of go deeper with this and then have a discovery call with us to determine if this is really what they need. And then for the others is the tnowmethod.com. I apologize for my throat. The tnowmethod.com. The tnowmethod.com, which will give them an opportunity to look at our membership. It's a monthly membership, and that might be something for them to do.
All right, sounds great. Do you mind if we go on ahead and as soon as we wrap up here, if we play that 12-minute video?
Oh, absolutely. Be happy to.
We'll go on ahead and we will do that as soon as we wrap this up. We'll play that 12-minute video, and that way all of you business owners can see what we're talking about. And again, um, Dr. Phil and the T-Now Method, they are a member, a giving partner. So anytime that you shop with them, that is a donation to the cause of your choice, to the mission partner of your choice. So we greatly appreciate that. Doc, we will talk to you again here in a couple months as we're going to keep up with you. You're going to keep up with us. We're going to move this forward and we're going to try to help everyone.
Sounds great, Zach. Thanks so much. Have a fun weekend.
Hey, you too. Thank you very much.
Business owners and executives, listen up. My name is Dr. Philip Agrios, and I'm here to share with you that there is a hidden survival trait that you're born with that is derailing your success. Yes, born with, and you can't get rid of it. It's there to protect you and stops or slows down you achieving all your goals, whether you desire to increase your income, become healthier, have more loving and fulfilling relationships, quickly solve challenges with your employees, business partners, fellow board members, your clients, and even with your loved ones, whether it's with your spouse, significant other, or your children. No matter the goal, if your subconscious mind feels that you will be worse off if you achieve your goals, then it will create a setback for you. We see this consistently with our clients. I know. It's really hard to believe that your subconscious mind is stopping you from what you truly want. And I can tell you with certainty, this one trait, your inborn survival trait, is behind it. And it sabotages you every day so you feel safe, secure, and stable in your business and personal life. We discovered this survival trait while researching thousands of people from all walks of life and ages for over 3 decades. Once you identify this trait, you use a method that is specific to you in order to switch this trait off immediately, and it works 100% of the time, guaranteed. This one simple change can lead to significant results for you so you can make an impact that you know you can make. So really quickly, let me introduce myself, who I am and why you should be listening to me. First, I used to practice as a chiropractor and an integrative medicine practitioner for over 35 years. I specialized in thyroid and autoimmune disease and had very high success rates with these type of patients, not only because I changed their lifestyle, gave them nutrients and other therapies to start shifting their health, but once they implemented what I'm about to share with you, it was a game changer for them. And we saw dramatic changes in their health pretty quickly. And my patients who were business owners and executives, when they used this system in their professional lives, things changed dramatically for them. So a few years later, I decided to close my practice and do this full time, and I am so glad that I did. I'm now a business mentor, international speaker, and best-selling author. I discovered the Transcend Now method. And now I specialize in stopping self-sabotage immediately for our clients, which is dramatically improving their businesses and their lives. However, it was not always like this, and with this system I'm about to share with you, it allowed me to overcome my own tragic and professional and personal challenges. Now, there are a lot of false beliefs that you may think is the true reason for your self-sabotage. So here are the 3 biggest false beliefs why you are not reaching the level of success you know you can achieve, even if you are very successful and you seem you can't reach that next level. False belief number 1, self-sabotage is my fault. Self-sabotage is just an inborn protection mechanism. That's it, nothing else. When you don't do what is necessary to achieve your goals, or when you can't get out of your own way, or when you feel down and defeated, you're just protecting yourself. It's not your fault because you were never taught when you start to get really close to your goals, your subconscious mind goes into action to stop it because it feels you would be worse off. So it keeps you stuck in your present situation and continues the behavior to keep you there, or creates a setback so you don't continue on this path. It's hardwired in your very being because this is how our ancestors stayed alive. Every time you feel resistance, negative feelings, or anything that is making you uncomfortable, this inborn survival trait kicks in because you feel whatever you're dealing with is not a friend, but a foe, an enemy. But we have found a way with our Transcend Now method. So at that moment, you can simply and quickly move forward and achieve your most outrageous goals. False belief number 2. It's so hard to move past my success blocks. No, it's not. The only reason why you think this is factual is because you are not focusing on the true cause of your success block. There is only one trait that stops your success. Once you discover your inborn survival trait, the true cause of all of your negative emotions, all of the reasons you can't move past your success blocks and why you feel defeated, you will then know how to immediately be free of any restrictions to move forward and achieve your goals. False belief number 3. I've tried everything and nothing works. The techniques that you're using now and in the past do work. However, they're not specific to you. That's why they don't work all the time. The information you learn from other gurus, coaches, and consultants is general information. You then have to figure out how to use it specifically for every one of your challenges. You perceive every adversity as a different experience. They're not. You think you need to use different techniques, different solutions for each one of them. No, that's why it's overwhelming. But with our method, there is only one solution for all of your adversities, no matter how big or small. That's how you can move past them. Yes, you need to just focus on one solution. I know it sounds too good to be true, but this is why our clients quickly and simply are able to move past their success blocks when they rear their ugly heads. That's why our Transcend Now method allows you to switch off your inborn survival trait simply and instantly without working harder. Finish tasks by being more focused and organized. Set boundaries while saying no to others and stop overly giving so you can feel worthy of your success. And express your brilliance and be motivated to initiate the actions necessary without worry or fear. And increase your income. Create loving and fulfilling relationships and be free without guilt and shame to achieve not only your most outrageous goals, but any goal that you want to achieve so you can finally unleash limitless success in your business and life. We have so many video testimonials from our clients, and here are a few for you to see what is possible for you.
Aloha, Dr. Phil from the wonderful state of Hawaii. Hope all's well. Hey, I wanted to reach out to you and give you a quick shout out and say, you know what, your course was amazing. Prior to this course, I've been to a lot of courses before, and coming to your course, my challenge was to see, what can I learn to be new, different. And after attending your course, I realized that your course is unlike any other course I've ever been to. And the way you handle your students, and the way you're so sincere, and the way you've actually changed the lives. I mean, you really did a lot for me, not just with me, but also me and my wife. So would I recommend this course to anyone else out there? Absolutely. For those of you that have been through a lot of seminars or been to a lot of events, Dr. Phil is completely different. I honestly thought I knew quite a bit before I got there, but after attending his course, it was an eye-opener. So if you're on the fence or if you're thinking about doing this course, my recommendation is, you know what, you cannot pass this up. Dr. Phil is amazing. Thanks, Dr. Phil. Hope falls well. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
My name is Robin O'Donovan, and before this Transcendence 101 course, I had no idea that my supplier saboteur was really causing me to miss out on potential clients and really wrecking my relationships. I learned a lot from this course. Number one, that I was giving too much, and then when I didn't feel validated, running away. That all changed. 2 weeks into the course, I stood my ground with a client. I saved a deal that would have cost me hundreds of dollars. I got another client on board just by standing in my value and, knowing the value of working with me and of my program. And what's really important to me is I saved a relationship, personal relationship that was very important to me, that had been kind of rocky, and we ended up being able to communicate a lot better. On top of that, I made a couple of amazing friends through this course. You really get to know each other because you're, discussing personality sequences in depth. And I was just so astounded at the care that Dr. Phil puts into this class, and into, personally interacting with each student, who really gets to know you and really helps you personally. I cannot recommend working with him enough. This Transcendence 101 course has definitely changed my life for the better, and I'm so glad that I experienced it. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Ella May. I came across Dr. Agrios. I think we actually met on LinkedIn and we jumped on a call. And from that first call, I absolutely knew I wanted to work with him. He knew everything about me somehow and exactly how I self-sabotage. The Transcendence program was phenomenal for me. It really gave me insight into why I get stuck, why I get overwhelmed, why I get scattered, what the best way out of those states are, the best way through those states. And it's just been a really big game changer in terms of, I'm always very clear now on, I just need to get clear and follow through on whatever is causing me anxiety. And it really helps in everything, in work and day-to-day life. I can't recommend it enough. Dr. Agrios is a total pro, and I think you should absolutely work with him while you have the chance.
Hey, my name is Christian Hinojosa, and I have a copywriting business called Amplify Creative. But whenever I first came to Dr. Agrios, I was a D plus, maybe C minus business owner because I had three really big problems. I was super disorganized. I had a really tough, intense relationship with my business partner and mentor, and I had really tough relationships with my clients, who I was having trouble communicating with. Dr. Agrios helped me solve all three of those problems. He helped me get super organized by first calling me out for how incredibly disorganized I was. But because he's a director saboteur like me, he was able to empathize with me really well and give me a framework to make my life much easier and make me much more productive. He helped me repair and restore my relationship with my business mentor by doing mentoring with us, which was just incredible. He helped us split our businesses, but in a really healthy way that let us both continue being friends and work together really well. He was incredible walking us through that process. And he also gave me a really easy framework to communicate with my clients and honestly anyone better, because I can understand where people are coming from and I can communicate with them on their level like he did with me whenever I did his mentoring. So I highly recommend taking his course and especially working with him and his one-on-one mentoring. If you want to just honestly just be a better communicator, communicate better with the people around you, get organized in your own life, and even facilitate better communication between the people around you in your life. At the end of the day, he helped me become a much better business owner, and now I'm working less and making more money than I ever have before, doing the things that I really love to do, and my relationships have improved because of taking his course and doing mentoring with Dr. A. I highly recommend him.
So, if you're a business owner, executive, or entrepreneur, and you are tired of getting in your own way, feeling unfulfilled, or can't get to the next level no matter what you do, or anything else you feel is stopping your success, and you want to stop self-sabotage now, then schedule a free 15-minute discovery call with our team by clicking the button below. I'm letting you know now because sometimes this comes up. You cannot buy anything from us on this call, even if you want to, because we're very selective who our clients are, and we never move forward with our method on this call. While on this free 15-minute call, we will give you more in-depth free resources after going through them once we discover if this seems like a good fit, and we can talk about what it might look like to work together at a higher level. So all you need to do is click on the button below, and we're looking forward to talking to you. See you soon.
Hello world, my name is Z, or you can call me Mr. Z. I am a web developer and I am also a consultant at Z World Webs. My one goal is to develop custom websites that are specifically catered to your organization's needs. I completely understand that building a website is an exhilarating, exciting, and significant step in connecting with your audience. Your organization has Z potential to make a meaningful impact, whether it's supporting animal rights, advocating for equality, combating human trafficking, or honoring the brave individuals who have served our country. Your mission is too important to be held back by the challenges a website can present. And I am here to ensure that your website works for you, not against you. Whether it's maintaining, developing, or redeveloping a custom website that is specifically catered to your needs. And with that being said, I would be more than delighted to learn more about your organization and, of course, develop a website Z World is waiting for.
Brands. We are thrilled to have them as one of our brand new giving partners. So, thank you guys very much for joining us. I know I had a wonderful conversation with Danny the other day. He was excited to get involved and to get going with this. Um, this is really kind of an easy thing to get businesses excited about because this is taking and moving others forward. So that's what we're really trying to do. Hey, I want to give a huge, huge, huge shout out and thanks to our friends at Things Network. Make sure that you check out anybody on the Pack channel programming, check out Things. It's all capital letters. It's THINGS. Things Network. They've got all kinds of paranormal and fun things that, you know, it's a look at the other side of the world. Literally. The other side of the dimension, the world, whatever. So, Adrian is a huge part of what they do over there. Jeremy's a great friend. And pretty much everybody that's on there, I've talked to at least once or twice. So, great, great friends. Great to get to know them. Lot of fun, lot of fun. But we also want to let you know that we have got so much more that's going to be happening. We are still looking for people to help us uh, by testing the application, the phone app. Scan this QR code and you can become part of testing the app. Right now, in which, hey, we got a step done in the right direction for Apple. Standing ovation, please. Here, let's see if they've actually got that. Ah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, we've got the right one step done for Apple. We just need to get the rest of it done. And the rest of it is kind of a pain in the butt. See, now I found all these sounds, so now I just want to use them. But we've got some more to do. If you can help us by beta testing the Samsung, not I'm sorry, the Android version of the app, please scan the QR code, fill out the form, and help us get it out and get it going. And sorry about that. For some reason, Adrian must have heard me talking about her because now she's blowing up my phone and probably telling me stop talking about me. But anyway, hey, please remember, love to that if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. If you can, if you got an extra hoodie in your car, an extra shirt, coat, socks, shoes, throw them in your car. Take them to somebody who's struggling out there. Doesn't mean a damn thing to you. Could mean the life for them. Make a little bit of extra food. Take it, throw it in the old hillbilly Tupperware. Heat it in the microwave. Take it to somebody in your community that's struggling with hunger. Whether it's a shut-in, whether it's someone that's standing on the street. Take it to them. Again, doesn't mean a damn thing to you, but can mean the life to them. Please remember to love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. Take care of each other. Look, we are all we have. Stop worrying about what other people are doing and let's worry about what we can do together. We need to come together, folks. This divisiveness, and I'm going to use bad words here, just warning, bad word moment. All this bullshit divisiveness is not getting any of us anywhere. All we're doing is making people excited because we're not paying attention to what's going on. Let's work together. Let's lessen the higher ups. Let's lessen their need. Because if we work to make our lives better, we don't need them as much. Nobody needs to go it alone when we all come together. Thank you very much. My name is Zak Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. I do appreciate your time. Please like, share, subscribe to all of our channels. Hey, donate if you can. It's a great help. We need it as much as you can possibly do. So please support us with everything you can. Don't give more than you can. But let's make sure that we're taking and supporting each other. Thank you very much. Have a great day.